Have you ever felt stuck in life? Like you're doing everything right, praying, believing, staying faithful, but nothing is changing. You watch others receive their blessings, their breakthroughs, their answers, and you wonder, God, when will it be my turn? You see doors opening for others, but for you, it feels like every door is locked shut. You keep waiting, but the waiting feels endless. And slowly, doubt creeps in. Did God forget about me? Am I not good enough? Is He even listening to my prayers? If you've ever felt this way, I want you to know, you are not alone. In fact, some of the greatest people in the Bible experienced long seasons of waiting before they stepped into God's promises. Why? Because waiting is not a punishment, it's a preparation. God is not making you wait to hurt you. He's making you wait to grow you. Let's dive deeper into this together. God's delays are not denials. Think about Moses. God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. But before he stepped into that calling, he spent 40 years in the wilderness. Imagine how he must have felt. God, why am I here? Did I miss my purpose? Am I wasting my life? But what Moses didn't realize was that his season of waiting was actually a season of training. God was shaping him into the leader He needed him to be. Because leading people out of Egypt would require more than just passion. It would require patience, strength, and deep trust in God. And those qualities can only be developed in the waiting. What if your waiting season is not a delay, but a divine setup? What if God is using this time to equip you for what you're asking for? The right thing at the wrong time can become the wrong thing. Imagine giving a 16-year-old the keys to a Ferrari. It's a great gift, right? But without the right maturity, without proper training, the blessing could destroy them. God doesn't want to give you something before you're ready to handle it. Because what should be a blessing could end up feeling like a burden. So instead of asking, why is God making me wait? Maybe we should ask, what is God teaching me in this waiting? What if this is a test of your faith? James 102:4 says, the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that we may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Before God blesses you, He tests you. Because He doesn't just want to give you something, He wants to prepare you to sustain it. Look at Abraham. God promised him a son, but it took 25 years before Isaac was born. Why? Because God's promise was sure, but Abraham's faith needed to be strengthened. God wanted Abraham to trust in, not the timeline. Maybe that's what God is doing in your life. Maybe He's asking you, do you trust me, even when it doesn't make sense? How to stay faithful in the waiting. If you're in a season of waiting right now, here are 3 things you must do. 1. Keep praying, even when it feels useless. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean your prayers are unheard. Daniel prayed for 21 days before he saw an answer. But what he didn't know was that the answer was released on day 1. He just had to persist. 2. Stay obedient. Even when it's hard, it's easy to obey God when things are going well. But the real test comes when you feel forgotten. Will you stay faithful, even when you don't see the results yet? 3. Worship while you wait. Paul and Silas were in prison. They could have complained. They could have given up. But instead, they worshipped. And at midnight, the chains broke. What if your breakthrough is on the other side of your praise? Meditation, hearing God's voice in the silence. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself walking through a dark tunnel. You don't know how much further you have to go. You don't see the end yet. But suddenly, you hear a whisper, I'm with you. You take a deep breath. And you realize you are never walking alone. Even in the silence, God is speaking. Even in the waiting, God is working. Challenge. Step into faith today. I want you to take one bold step of faith. Instead of focusing on what you don't have yet, focus on what God is doing right now. Write down 3 things you've learned in this waiting season. And then say this prayer out loud. God, I trust your timing. I trust that you're working, even when I don't see it. I will wait in faith, knowing that your plans for me are good. Amen. Call to action. Let's stand in faith together. If this message spoke you, comment "I trust you, Lord" below. Hit the like button if you're choosing faith over fear. And don't forget to share this message because someone you know needs to hear this today. God is faithful. His promises never fail. Even in the waiting, it is working. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep holding on. Your breakthrough is coming. Amen.